Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing another chatty get ready with me, and this get ready with me is a super special one because I'm doing this video in collaboration with one of my friends here on YouTube. Cannot talk right now. Her name is Lori Joliker. I think that's how you pronounce it. I always want to pronounce it Joliker, but she told me it's Joliker. So yeah, she's really sweet. If you guys are not subscribed to her, be sure to watch her video after mine. Today we're just going to be doing a get ready with me using our current drugstore favorites. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. And Lori deserves so many more subscribers than what she has. Like, she is just so sweet. If you guys love my videos, you will love her. She loves drugstore makeup. The first thing that is one of my current favorite drugstore products is this Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio Primer Base Blur Plus Redness Control. And like I've told you guys, this is the green tinted primer. I'm gonna go ahead and clip my hair back because don't want to be getting foundation and primer and stuff like that on my hair. Oh yeah, also too, if you are coming over from Lori's channel, well, welcome. I cannot talk today. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you will subscribe and stay a while. So yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put this primer. I feel like I'm totally out of sorts because I'm not used to filming collabs. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this primer all over my face. And I like to use this primer for, you know, to help my foundation last longer and also reduce redness. This is a great primer if you have, you know, a little bit of redness to your skin. It kind of helps to neutralize the redness. So that's why I have been loving this. And then one of my current drugstore favorite foundations right now is this Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. And I've also really been enjoying the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint Foundation. And I've used this one in I think at least in one get ready with me. I might have used it in two different ones. So I'm not going to use this one today. I'm going to use this foundation today, the Maybelline Dream Cushion. And this is just my Real Technique sponge, Miracle Complexion sponge. I haven't dampened it or anything like that. I just find that this foundation goes on with more coverage if you don't use a dampened sponge. So I just go in. But yeah, this foundation has a really nice luminous finish to it. And it lasts all day long too, even though it is dewy. So really been enjoying this. It's a great foundation to just either make it like lightweight or build it up to a more medium coverage. And it's a good foundation, like I said, to take on the go for touch-ups. Like, I've touched up this foundation later on in the day after I powdered and all that stuff, and it didn't get cakey with the powder. So it's just a great foundation for that. And I forgot to mention my shade, but the shade that I use is Porcelain, which is the lightest one. If you can hear any music, it's because my neighbor is listening to music. I feel like every time I film, you can always hear like her music. I guess we both have like the same off schedule. And then I just turn the sponge on its side and just dip it in there, and then just use this on my nose here to blend this out. My current favorite drugstore concealer right now is the Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. You guys know that I also love my Maybelline Superstay Better Skin, but I've been going through my collection and just like using some things that I forgot about. And I recently pulled this out, and I've been, you know, and I used it, and I've been loving it ever since. It reminds me a lot of that Maybelline Superstay Better Skin. It's just not quite as full coverage. It's more medium coverage, but it does a really awesome job of camouflaging your under eye circles and just making that area, you know, just look more bright and awake. And this concealer does have a little bit of a luminous finish to it, so it doesn't look completely matte here on the under eye area. Now, I hope you can see the difference between this eye and this one, how it does such an amazing job of hiding under eye circles. And the shade that I use in this is the shade Ivory. It's a very like yellow toned concealer. And then for an even more like brighten effect right in here, I've been loving using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles, and this is in the Brightener shade. Like a long time ago when I first started my YouTube channel, I loved this product and I kind of forgot about it, but recently I picked it back up again and I have just been loving it so much. So I like to put it just like right in this area here. It's like a pinky kind of salmon toned concealer, like as you can see there, and it just does a good job of canceling out dark under eye circles, and it does a really good job of brightening. So I just like to use it right in there just to brighten up that shadowy area on my under eye area. And sometimes I also like to use this just to highlight certain areas of my face, just to kind of brighten it up a little more. So I'll put it right down here in the center of my nose, right up here on my forehead, a little bit right here on my cupid's bow, and a little bit right here on my chin. And then to set everything, I've been using my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder. This is just my favorite face powder. I know you guys probably get sick of me using it because I use it in all my tutorials, but it's my favorite face powder for sure. And the shade that I use is N1 Soft Ivory. And I'm just using my e.l.f. flat powder brush. I love this brush. I like rediscovered this brush recently and I've just been loving it so much. So this is like another current drugstore favorite. To set my under eye area, I've been going in with like a couple of different things. Sometimes I go in with my e.l.f. contour palette and use a mix of these two colors right in here. And other times I go in with this here, which is my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in the shade Reserve Your Cabana, which is a really pretty like highlight. But it's more of like a, almost like a satin highlight. Like it's not a super shimmery highlight, and that's why it's so great for setting the under eye area, because it helps to keep that area luminous but set at the same time. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that right in here to set. A lot of times I like to use my e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, but I've really been enjoying using this. And then I've also been enjoying like setting all of, you know, my foundation, concealer, and powder and everything with a makeup setting spray before I go in with the rest of my makeup. And then at the end, I like to just mist it one last time with makeup setting spray. I just find sometimes when I do it that way, my makeup lasts even longer than if I just mist it only at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and mist it. And this makeup setting spray here, which is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer Mist, I have been loving this lately, and I picked this primer mist up a long time ago, but I just never really was that drawn to it in my collection. But like I told you guys, I've been kind of going through my collection and trying out things that I've forgotten about, and I've really been enjoying this. And I really like the way that this one smells. It has like a really nice coconut spray or smell to it. I'm just gonna let that settle down, and then I'll go in and do my eyebrows next. Okay, so for my brows, I've been using a couple of different products. The first product that I'm gonna go in with is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This has just been my current favorite drugstore eyebrow pencil, or just in general. Like, I love this even over high-end products. And this is in the shade Ash Brown. So I'm just gonna go in with the little spoolie and brush through my brows. So I just fill in the underside of my brows first. And then I like to go on top and shape that out. And I know I have some brow hairs down here, some stray ones that I need to pluck out, but I like to pluck my brows after I fill them in, just so I don't over pluck my brows and so I can keep the shape that I have going on with my brows. And then another thing that I've been loving to do with my brows is I like to go in, which all the wording has rubbed off of this, but this is my L'Oreal Prep and Shape Pro Kit, L'Oreal Brow Stylist Prep and Shape Pro Kit in medium to dark. And I like to go in with the powder on the little angle brush that came in this little palette. And I like to go right on the underside of my brow and just kind of darken this up. And then I like to kind of go here on the tail. Oops, I think I got a little too much powder right there. And then I like to kind of go here on the tail like this and fill that in. It just gives your brows, like my memory card just filled up, so I had to delete some stuff off there. But what I was trying to say is it gives your brows like a really nice like gradient effect when you do it this way. And I try not to fill the front of my brows in too much, just so it has like that nice faded look to it. And then to set my brows in place, my current favorite drugstore product for that is this Essence Make Me Brow, and this is in the shade 02 Brownie Brows. You guys recommended this to me and I've just been loving it so much. I feel like I've been talking about it so much too in all my videos, but I find it to be a dupe to the Benefit Gimme Brow. It just does a good job of like tinting my brows and it makes them look fuller. And I just really love this product. A new product that I haven't talked to you guys about yet, but that I have just been loving so much is this Maybelline Brow Precise Perfecting Highlighter. And this is in the shade 300 Light. And this is an amazing product to use underneath your brows to highlight. And I also love using this as like an eyeshadow primer base. Now, if you had super duper oily lids, maybe this wouldn't be the best thing to like prime your lids with. But for me, I just need something that's going to help my eyeshadows just have something to stick to and last all day. And something to just even out like my eyelids, you know, like get rid of veins and stuff like that. So that's why I've been loving this. And I love how it's like angled. I don't know if it's focusing in on it. I just love how it's angled so you can really get up underneath your brows and just really shape that out. Been loving that. And then I like to just go in with this brush here, which is my Sigma Precision Angled P84. And I just kind of go underneath my brows and just blend all that out. Before I like do my eyes, I'm going to finish out my face. I'm going to finish out my face. So when it comes to bronzers, I had really been using my NARS Laguna bronzer a lot over like these past several months. But like my current favorite drugstore bronzer, of course, is my Wet n Wild Coloricon bronzer in the shade Ticket to Brazil. You guys know how much I love this bronzer, and obviously you can tell because I've hit major pan on this. But I'm actually going to go in, I need to clean this little brush off. I'm going to go in with this brush from that NARS palette. And this is just the mini Ita brush. I've been telling you guys I wanted to use this bronzer with this just to see how it worked, like using it more as a contour. So we're going to kind of experiment today and see how this works as, you know, as like a contour and bronzer. So I think this Wet n Wild bronzer, it might be like a little too warm tone to do like a heavy contour. Like as you can see, it's a little more warm tone than like the NARS Laguna. So I'm just gonna do a lighter kind of shaped out contour. I'm not gonna do anything super heavy with it just because it is more warm toned. And I know that some people think this bronzer is like really orangey, but I really like this color on me. I feel like it just gives me a nice like sun-kissed glow. And then I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques powder brush. I almost dropped it. And I'm just going to get some of this bronzer on there. And I really like this bronzer too because it has a little bit of like a sheen in it. So it's not like a completely matte bronzer, which it does give your skin a very nice bronze glow. So I'm just blending that in. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this up at my temples. So today I'm supposed to, well, today I am hanging out with my best friend Whitney. We're going to go shopping. I want to go out to Ulta. Hopefully we have time to go out there today. I want to get some different hair products that I've really been wanting to get. Redken's has like this wax finishing spray, like texturizing spray that I've been wanting to pick up. I've really been liking like a lot of texture in my hair lately, so I want to pick that up. I need to get like a new curling iron, and it's been a while since I've been to Ulta. Like the Ulta that I have that's near me is like at least 30 minutes, if not longer, away from me. So I usually don't go there all the time. But yeah, we're gonna go out there today, get lunch at Chick-fil-A. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then for my blush, I have been loving using these Wet n Wild limited edition Mega Glow cheek and lip tints. These things are amazing. If you can get your hands on these, I highly recommend these. Today, I think I'm gonna go in with the pink one, which is in the shade Kiss Me If You Can. And I like to apply these with like a synthetic type of brush. So any of like the Sigma, like Sigmax type brushes would be good. I've also used the Wet n Wild blush brush. It works really great with these. And then I have this other synthetic brush that I got from Walmart like a while ago. And I love using this like with cream type blushes. So, but like as you can see, this color is so pretty. You have to be like a little careful with it because they are really pigmented. But they look beautiful, and you can put them right over top of powder and it doesn't look cakey at all. I just really like this color. I think it's so pretty. I feel like all three of these are great spring blushes. I wanted to get the Wet n Wild highlight, the limited edition highlights, but I have yet to be able to find those. That's something else I'm gonna be looking for today whenever Whitney and I are out shopping and stuff. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. contour palette. And I'm going to use a mix of the two highlight shades. And I'm just going to lightly put this down here just to kind of help enhance like that contour. Yeah, now that I look at this from the side, that bronzer is a contour, it doesn't really work out too good. It's definitely way too warm toned. So yeah, I would definitely say don't use that as a contour. It just doesn't really work out so great. I think I'm just going to go in with my contour here in this and just kind of put that right in there to help like make that look more contourish. Yeah, that color doesn't really work as a contour, but it's a great bronzer color, which I should have known it wasn't going to work as a contour just because it is really warm toned. Yeah, I just feel like my contour looks crappy today now. I'm just so used to using that NARS Laguna as my contour. I just really like it. Alright, whatever. I feel like my contour could look better today, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So I'm just using this to kind of enhance that down here, and I'm just going to use a little mix of that kind of in through here too, just to kind of lighten things up a little bit. I really love this e.l.f. contour palette though. It's really great quality. I like to use this as eyeshadows as well, which I debated. I kind of thought about using this for my eyeshadows today, but I'm going to use a different product that I've been loving for eyeshadows. And then I'm going to go in with this highlight again, the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. And I'm going to use this as my highlight, which this is a very subtle highlight. It's not a very like shimmery one or anything like that, but it just looks really nice and glowy. So if you're one of those people that you don't like the super intense highlighted look, you will love this product. So just putting that on anywhere where I want my face to be highlighted. So the eyeshadow palette that I have currently been loving, Drugstore eyeshadow palette, is one of the new limited edition Wet n Wild little trios, and this is in Hieroglyphic Heart. I can never pronounce that right. That's what it looks like here. This is a great one for like every day, and I want to do like more in-depth tutorials on all three of these little trios, but out of the three, this is the one I've been using the most, just because, you know, like I said, you can use it every day. First, I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here, the middle shade. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see more of what I'm doing. And like I said, I'm just going in with that shade first, and I'm using my Sigma E25 blending brush. And I'm just going to blend that shade right here in the crease. But yeah, I do find that these little trios have good pigmentation. The quality of the eyeshadows aren't quite as the same as their other like color icon trios that they have in their permanent collection. Like they are a little different. But I still really like the way they look on your eyes and everything once you get them applied. Like they're not quite as buttery as their normal formula, but I still really enjoy these. And I really like this color here. Like, it's a nice matte mauve color. It just looks really pretty. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this little trio. Then on the lid, I'm just gonna go with this color here, which is a really pretty bronzy brown. I'm just gonna use my Sigma Shading E55 brush. Just gonna pat a lot of that color here on the brush. And I'm just gonna pat. So see, as you can tell, like, these shades do have a lot of pigmentation, but there's something about it when you go to swatch it, it's not quite as buttery as like their normal eyeshadow trios, but they still look gorgeous on the eyelids. So if you can get your hands, especially on this one, pick it up for sure, because I really like it and I think it's great. It's great quality. It's a really good spring eyeshadow palette, and the gold in this one is really pretty too. And then I'm just going back with the E25 blending brush. Nothing added to the brush. Got like a fuzz ball or something. And then I'm just kind of going over the edge where those two colors meet just to blend that out. With this eye look, this is just one of those looks that you don't necessarily have to wear liner with, and it just looks really pretty and smoky. But I have really been enjoying these gel liners from L'Oreal. These are like the L'Oreal Infallible like gel liners. And the two shades that I've really been liking is Blackest Black and Espresso, which Espresso is like a really dark brown. I think I'm going to show you guys what Blackest Black looks like today, because I have used Espresso in a tutorial, though Espresso would look really pretty with this look too because of the browns. And I've been loving using my Wet n Wild angle brush with gel liners. I just think this works really great for creating a wing on the outer edge, and I'll show you guys that here in a second. It is a little hard with this brush to get a thin inner corner, but it works really great for the wing. But as you can see, this gel liner is really black. It's super easy to just, you know, it just glides on really nice. And then this is how I like to do the wing. Hopefully, I just like to stamp it. Just slowly draw it out like that. And then I kind of like to start out with like a small wing, and then if I want it longer, I can always like make it longer. So then I just get the end of that, and then I just draw it back like this, and then just fill in any little gaps. And then, like I said, I just kind of lightly go like that to make the wing a little longer. So that's what that gel liner looks like. And then my current favorite drugstore mascara combination, like combo, has been the Essence I Heart Extreme with my CoverGirl, the Supersizer. I just love these two mascaras so much. So first I'm just going to go in with a coat of the Essence I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. And then I'm just coming in with the Supersizer. The last step to this look is the lips, and I've been debating on what lip color I want to use today, because I have several that I have just been loving recently. One being this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in Nudie Patootie with this Rimmel lip liner in Tiramisu. I love these two colors paired together, but I think I'm gonna do a different lip combo today because I want my lips to be a little darker. The other lip combo that I have been loving is this Essence lip liner in the color Satin Mauve with the Wet n Wild lipstick in Rebel Rose. So I'm gonna use those two today and show you guys what that looks like on. So first I'm just gonna line my lips with Satin Mauve. And then, like I said, I'm just going to go in with Rebel Rose, which this is such a beautiful color. I love this color so much. It's a good everyday kind of like dark mauvey. It's not really dark. It's just a really good everyday mauve, like mauvey pink color. So that is this makeup look completed. If you do enjoy my Get Ready With Me videos, please give this video a thumbs up so I know to continue doing these videos. And like I told you guys at the beginning of the video, please don't forget to go watch Lori's Get Ready With Me using all of her current favorite drugstore makeup. Lori is such a sweetheart and she deserves so many more subscribers than what she has, so definitely check her out. I'll have her video linked down below and I'll also try to link it right over here, so you should just be able to click that and it'll go to her video. But yeah, just let her know that I sent you guys over there and you guys will love her. She's so sweet and yeah, I just love Lori. I hope that you all have an awesome day. Bye-bye.